80-20, 20-80. What is 80-20? Hey friends, I hope all you are doing well. Today I am going to talk a little bit about the 80-20 principle and how we can use it in photography. 80-20 principle or the Pareto principle, which is an outcome of an observation by Vilfredo Pareto in 1906. That's why it is named after him as the Pareto principle. So what he observed is 80% of the wealth in France is occupied by almost 20% of the individuals. That was a random discovery which is not related to any natural phenomena or a theory. But the 80-20 principle can be useful to simplify any approaches in your day-to-day life to achieve great results. And even we can use it to achieve great results in photography. Do you know how? Let me tell you. Friends, 80-20 कोई बड़ा मैथमेटिक्स नहीं है. ये एक सिंपल सा रूल है in which we try to understand and analyze the basic things of the things. Isn't it interesting? तो हम फोटोग्राफी में कैसे इस चीज को यूज कर सकते हैं? So what is photography? Technically, photography is capturing an image, and as the term says, photography, it is related to photon. So what is photon? Photon is particles of light. So we are imprinting an image using the light photons. So for a good photo, light is very important, and how we control the light that enters the camera. दोस्तों, just to elaborate simply, I would say हमें ये समझना है कि कैमरा फंक्शन करता कैसे है. अब मैं इस चीज को समझाने के लिए पूरे फोटोग्राफी का हिस्ट्री पे तो नहीं जाऊंगा, बट इन मॉडर्न टाइम्स व्हाट वी हैव द डिजिटल कैमरास और द डीएसएलआर कैमरास और उनके जो प्रॉपर्टीज है उस चीज को मैं बेसिकली एनालाइज करने की कोशिश करूंगा. एक डीएसएलआर कैमरे पे एक फोटोग्राफ का बेस्ट रिजल्ट पाने के लिए हम तीन फैक्टर्स पे ध्यान दे सकते हैं. First one is the lens, the second one is the sensor of the camera, and the third one is the lighting of that particular environment or the scene. And we know that the parameters that we get to control a DSLR camera are aperture, shutter speed, and the ISO number. So पहले समझते हैं aperture क्या है. Aperture is the number that controls the amount of light that enters through the lens into the sensor of the camera. It is as simple as that. Aperture is represented by f number or the f stops. So f stops है क्या? तो बेसिकली ये एक नंबर है जिससे हम समझ सकते हैं कि लेंस के अंदर हाउ मच ऑफ लाइट इज एंटरिंग, और उसका सिंपल सा अप्रोच है द स्मॉलर द नंबर द हायर द लाइट. अप्रोच इज ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू डेप्थ ऑफ फील्ड. तो कोई भी एक सीन पे आप डेप्थ ऑफ फील्ड क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, लोअर द नंबर लोअर डेप्थ ऑफ फील्ड, हायर द नंबर हायर डेप्थ ऑफ फील्ड. कुछ एग्जांपल्स के तौर पे मैं आपको साइड में दिखा देता हूँ. एक इमेज पे there is a larger depth of field where the aperture number is larger, and एक इमेज पे it has a smaller depth of field and the number is smaller. And the second parameter of a DSLR camera is the ISO number. So ISO number is the sensitivity of the sensor to accept or hold light particles. So ISO number is the sensitivity of the sensor to hold the light information into the sensor. And basically, lower the ISO number, lower the light will be recorded on the sensor, higher the ISO number, higher the light will be recorded on the sensor. So, and it varies from camera to camera and the technology of the sensor that has been used in the camera. For some cameras it can go to a way large number, while as on the simple cameras it can be limited to a particular number. Because if we crank the ISO number too much, or if we are capturing an image in a very low light situation and increasing the ISO number, there might be chances that there can be a lot of grains or noise in the photo. Number 3 is the shutter speed. So from the term itself we can understand that that is something related to the speed or the capacity of the camera, how fast it can click an image. So higher the shutter speed simply means we can click an image at a very faster speed. So mostly shutter speed is more useful when you are doing some sports kind of photography, or you are doing some wildlife photography where you don't get the subject static and is constantly moving. But after all these parameters, we also have to understand that aperture, shutter speed and ISO number has a relation among them. Let me give you some example. Suppose we are trying to capture a moment which is under very low light conditions. And in that case, so to get the image right, what we need to do? First we need to check what is the aperture. What is the aperture that we can take? And what is the limitation of the ISO of the camera? We have to decide an aperture that is relatively good, considering the best relative ISO number of the camera. So with a relevant aperture and the right ISO number, followed by the right shutter speed, we can click a fast moving image. We can get great results in clicking a fast moving subject. For example, here is an image which was shot in inappropriate aperture and ISO number by decreasing the shutter speed, and the outcome is not so good. It has a lot of motion blur. where this image looks very sharp and crisp. मैं यहाँ पे एक टेबल शेयर कर रहा हूँ जिसमें कुछ रेंज ऑफ बेस्ट आईएसओ, एपर्चर और शटर स्पीड के कॉम्बिनेशन के हैं, जो आप देख के खुद ट्राई कर सकते हैं अपने लाइटिंग कंडीशंस पे। तो एपर्चर, आईएसओ, शटर स्पीड, this is the 20% that I was talking about, or the basics of photography that you need to know to click a good photograph. And yes, these are the basics. If you keep on practicing that and tweaking the right values, we can say that we can achieve the best results. So aperture, shutter speed and ISO number, ये आपका technical parameters है जो कैमरे में, that will help you resolve the right scene to achieve a good photograph. So 20% is understanding or observing the ABC or the basics of these three parameters. Whatever we do, my friend, in photography, the most important technical thing is how we control the light properly. And apart from these technical parameters, we also have to acknowledge that photography is an outcome of art. Some great person who have very well said, beauty lies in the eye of the observer. मैं कहना चाहूँगा, art is a meditation and the photography is something that is an outcome of that meditation. I will try to relate photography with art with some basic things that we can experience and understand in a different video that I will create soon, my friends. In this video, I just tried to share my experience on how basically we can understand or observe the technicalities that is required to operate in camera. So that is how we can understand the 80-20 principle can apply in photography as well. What I mean, 80-20 principle is not a mathematics, but this is an approach of how we look into the things, or what is the bigger picture of that particular thing. Isn't that interesting? So my friends, I hope I am able to share something useful, और मैं आशा करता हूँ ये वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगी. I'll keep making more videos on photography and try to keep sharing you some of my experiences. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and also please don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notifications when I post a new video. So have fun, my friends. We'll catch up on a new video. Till then, bye, namaste and take care.